Let's go.
All right. Mic check one, two. Just when you thought you've had enough, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is going to be our Wednesday meeting. I know we had a pretty nice meeting yesterday. We talked about a bunch of cool stuff regarding a bunch of new opportunities that we're going to be bringing to the table for you guys in the form of new launches. And that is still something that we're going to keep the conversation going on today. But before I go into that, there's a couple things that we released that I want to talk about. We released a new Medium article, which is something that we haven't done in close to a year now, or maybe even over a year. So let's go over it. It's a pretty short one. We'll go over it, and it's kind of important that everyone understands what is coming out in the following days. So let's get right into it. It's the Shiba Doge Armory, introducing the Shiba Doge Armory. Congratulations on making it this far. If you're reading this, you've been a part of the community. You're well aware of the evolution of NFTs, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get into all of this stuff. But just to get into the main points, let's dive right in. The black market and the general store are going to be the main topics of discussion. Those are the main things that are coming out as far as the bread and butter of what we've been working on over the past probably 6 to 8 months now, if not longer. It's two separate marketplaces. They're both going to be living in the armory itself. The black market is its own thing. The general store is its own thing. The general store is pretty much where you're going to find all of the common items that serve two functions, pretty much dress up, aesthetic, collection, and so on. And you'll be able to use these items in the future to merge into upgrades as well, which we'll get into. The black market is going to be the central hub where you get the rare items, and those are where the lower supply stuff come in. Those are where the special perk stuff come in. That's where all of the rare items are going to be, and that's honestly where everyone is going to be spending a lot of their time hunting for rare items or saving for rare items, buying rare items, and however else you're going to be getting them in the future. There will be many different avenues to explore with the black market. So with the development of this, obviously we very recently came out and said you're going to be able to do bundles, and what we mean by bundles is you'll be able to uh, get all of your stuff in one single transaction rather than having to go in and buy your items one by one and pay gas fees one by one. Um, you'll be able to pretty much combine everything together and check out in a single transaction, saving a whole bunch of gas. And yeah, I mean that just makes everything a lot easier for people, especially if you have a whole bunch of. Not only does it save you money, but it also saves you time because you don't have to go back and forth for hours just waiting for the blockchain to do its thing. You can also use your Shiba Doge to mint these items as well. So this is officially the first marketplace that you'll be able to spend Shiba Doge tokens for for something, right? For EFTs or for multipliers or for whatever else we decide to release on the black market in the coming future. You'll be able to utilize your Shiba Doge tokens to get stuff. So technically, you put your reflections to work in a sense if you want, and you can use your reflections to get cool collectibles. And these collectibles can one day be something that is extremely rare and extremely sought after in the community and in the ecosystem in the future. So that's very exciting. Uh, Let's go into the next point, which is ranks and tiers. This is something we've also touched on, but we'll touch on it again. There will be 5 different categories. The categories are pretty simple. They're straightforward. They're easy to understand, and they're honestly, in my opinion, perfect. So there's common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. The lowest ranked items are going to be the common items, and then obviously uncommon, rare, epic, legendary following that. The higher ranked items will be the items that have the perks and the unique stuff that come with it in the Warzone seasons to come, and they'll also be the ones that grant you access to special events and challenges depending on which items you own. Here's a little sneak peek, but one of the multiplier items that we're talking about already exists. I'm not going to tell you guys which item that is. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but if you you've been a part of this community for quite a while, you probably have a good idea of what it is. People already own it. People already trade it. It exists, and will uncover its secret utility in the near future. So that's just one little hint that I'll give you guys. And take it with a grain of salt, but you guys can speculate and try to figure out what it is. Even if you get it right and you ask me in the chat, I'm not going to tell you whether you're right or wrong. The time will come when I tell you guys what that item is. The next one, and then we'll pretty much almost be done with this, is merging. Items will be mergeable, enabling the ability to increase the rarity of lower ranked items. So if you have a bunch of lower ranked items, don't be upset, because there will be chances for you to use those lower ranked items to create unique items, to create rare items, to create all kinds of contraptions that don't exist, and you'll be able to actually upgrade those items. And if you look at it from a certain perspective, those common items, those lower ranked items, can actually be something of high value in the community based on the ability to merge them, right? Obviously, people are going to want to merge a lot of lower ranked items that they could get for practically nothing, and save their rarer items, and not have to merge those if they could choose to merge the lower ranked ones. So, it creates more demand, it creates a deflationary system, and it creates, honestly, like another cool utility for people to interact with their NFTs with. And honestly, if you get lucky and you use your merging powers and create a unique one-of-one item that doesn't exist anywhere else, then obviously you're going to be extremely happy that happened to you. So it's a cool little feature that we've been implementing and experimenting with, and I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun doing it. There's already like AAA title games that do things like this, like Counter-Strike Go, and a few other ones that I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but it's a very popular feature, especially in the gaming sector of things, and we're happy to have it included in our ecosystem as well. And honestly, just to end this off, Alex titled the Medium article, ended the Medium article with, "This is just the beginning. We're excited to see how the ecosystem evolves in the coming seasons. We will keep evolving the system as we learn more about how it's used. Let's have some fun." And that's a key sentence right there. As we learn more about how it's used, and what he means by that is we are going to pretty much learn a lot from the way that you guys interact with the system, and we're going to see what you guys like and what is the most popular things that you guys interact with in this system, and we will use those and our findings, and we will use the data that we pretty much get from that to make it better in terms of how it's servicing our community members. So as time goes on, this will get better, because we'll be able to optimize, and we'll be able to see what you guys like, what you don't like, and we'll be able to adjust and make cool little feature updates and add stuff or remove stuff as needed. So yeah, and also it says in here, by the way, as part of our vision for a decentralized future, we're going to re-inject up to 90% of the sales into future Warzone season rewards and throughout the ecosystem. We'll be launching this in the coming days and are looking forward to your feedback. It's very important. 90% of pretty much all the revenue that this generates is going to be re-injected back into future war zones and ecosystem stuff, just to make sure that the ecosystem continues to thrive. And honestly, we never have to worry about things going backwards. We don't want things to go backwards. We want it to continuously move forward, and there's no better way to do that rather than continuously injecting money, liquidity, whatever resources back into our project. And we've been doing that since day one. We're going to continue doing that because we believe in what we've built, and we believe in our community. And we're not the types of people to give up on anything. So we will continuously keep reinvesting. We will continuously keep working. We will continuously keep bringing as much value as we possibly can to this community until 887 years left from now. So when that time expires, somebody else can worry about it. But till then, we're on top of our shit. So that's pretty much it for that as far as our Medium article release. If you guys want to read it for yourselves, because I did skip out on the first few paragraphs. If you guys want to read it for yourselves, the link is in the pinned messages, so you can go ahead and click on that and read up on that for yourself. But let's start talking a little bit more about where we left off yesterday. And where we left off yesterday was a pretty good spot. I know there are some new faces here that weren't here yesterday, but at this point, I know a lot of you guys heard of what we've talked about, because my inbox has been flooded. People have been coming out of the woodworks. People have been messaging me from all over the place. Had callers, influencers, all kinds of people trying to figure out what we're up to, because they are suddenly all of a sudden excited to be a part of what we're bringing to the table. And I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody for wanting to be involved, because what we're trying to do is revolutionize the system all over again, right? We're trying to do something that no other large community has done, no other team has done. And what is that? Literally transparently coming out and telling you guys, like, yo, we want to capitalize on the degen market and let degens be degens in the safest way possible by giving them meme projects that are rug proof, that are backed by us with our signatures behind it. So you guys know for a fact that, it's a safe project to ape into. And this is something that also came up, right? We were talking about the amount of projects that'll launch within a year. It could be 12, it could be one a month, it could be 2 a month, who knows? Depends on how the market reacts and how much success we find in doing this. But one point that came up was, like, what's the consistency of like, what is a successful launch in our book, right? And I literally thought about it, and I was like, listen, some of those projects can reach 5 million market cap. Some of them can very possibly reach 500 million in market cap. They're always going to be different. And it's all about trying new ideas, and it's all about trying new things and finding those trends in the market and capitalizing on them. And the beautiful part about it all is we could keep going until something pops off and becomes such a massive banger that it's like literally the biggest project in all of crypto at any given time. So that's the cool thing. And another cool thing that was brought up was that we actually left off on this yesterday, but this Telegram is going to be the central hub. So it's literally ShibaDoge Labs. We've been saying ShibaDoge Labs for 2 years, but this literally, with this idea, fully took the step into becoming ShibaDoge Labs. This Telegram will be pretty much called ShibaDoge Labs, and it'll be the central hub where all of these projects live, and one massive community of people are going to be living here, right? We might launch, for example, I'm just saying random names. None of these are anything that we're working on, but let's call it the Whirlwind token, right? Just some random name I'm throwing out there. Let's say we launch Whirlwind token, and 2,000 new holders decide they want to buy the Whirlwind token and be degens and come into the Telegram to learn more. Guess where they're coming? They're coming to the ShibaDoge Labs Telegram, where the Whirlwind token lives, where the Bobby Buy bot reports every buy that happens on the Whirlwind token and every other token that's there. So everybody's getting FOMO, everybody's getting excited, everybody's seeing nonstop buys coming in to the Telegram. The excitement is there. People are glued back into their seats, waiting to see what happens with the next one. And honestly, we've been preaching this for literally 2 years now. You miss Doge, that sucks. You miss Shiba, that sucks. You missed ShibaDoge, that sucks. You missed Whirlwind, that sucks. You missed the next one, that sucks. But guess what? You're not gonna miss all of them. You're gonna eventually be like, damn, I'm hopping in, son. and you're going to catch a W. And you're going to catch a W. You're going to tell your friend. Your friend's going to tell his friend. And the cycle's going to go on. And then, boom, all of a sudden, ShibaDoge Labs is the best name in all of crypto, because guess what? It's creating opportunities for people that were not there before. And it's doing it in a safe way where people know that they're not going to get rugged. We're allowing people to do what they love to do and trade on the open market index tools in the most ruggable market there's ever existed in all of the history of markets. And we're giving people a safe space to do that and be able to be degens, without any of that extra fear of, hey, should I sell early because the devs might rug the project? No, don't even think about that. You know it's good because ShibaDoge is backing it, and that's the beautiful thing. I think we're going to be killing it, guys. I think we're going to be growing this community by thousands and thousands of members every single time we do something like this, and this family is going to grow large pretty fast. There's a saying, and me, Alex, and Peter have been talking about the saying for the past few weeks. It says, "Go fast, go alone. Go far, go together." But we want to go fast and we want to go far. So we have everything that it takes to make that possible. We have this community that we believe in, and you guys believe in us. So the trust is there, vice versa, both ways. A lot of communities don't have that. Now, I would say like 99% of communities don't have that. 99% of communities don't have the transparency that we have. 99% of the communities don't have the team that we have. Well, no, not 100% of communities don't have the team that we have. We're a one-of-one team, which I believe in our team more than I believe in anything else. So I know what we're capable of. I know what we could do, and I know how we could revolutionize this. And honestly, we may very well, like I said, who wants to sit around and wait for the bull market? Let's make opportunities for ourselves, because if we could sit around and wait for the bull market, we'll be sitting around waiting for who knows how long. We could very well spark the bull market, just like how I said yesterday when NFTs came out. It sparked the bull market because everybody and their mom wanted to go buy Ethereum just so they could be a part of the NFT craze. Maybe if we do something as powerful as that over here with this, maybe everybody and their mom will go and start buying Ethereum just so they could be a part of the Shiba Doge craze. You get what I'm saying? So it's a cool idea to speculate on. If we could spark the bull market with this, I mean, we will be solidified as crypto legends. This whole community will be solidified as crypto legends for pretty much forever, for a very, very long time. And well, you know, with that type of power comes great responsibility. I'm quoting Spider-Man here, but still, you know, like, you know, we'll take care of it. We're born to do this kind of stuff, guys. So I think at the very end, we're just going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to see a lot of progress no matter what. At the very least, whether if all goes wrong, what we'll have achieved will be still massive, massive growth in this community. And as long as this community keeps on growing, we will continuously be as creative as we need to be to bring new ideas and new opportunities to you guys and to our investors and to pretty much anybody and everybody who believes in us. And I think that's the most powerful thing that anybody can say, because that just means that we're not quitters. We're here because we want everyone to make it. If we didn't want you guys to make it and we didn't care, we'd pull a Shinja and dip on you guys and appoint Sonny as the CEO, but we're not going to do that. So, sorry, Sonny, I'm just making a joke, my man. But yeah, dude, no shots fired, but also shots fired. Come on. I mean, I'm not. Look, I used to be Mr. Nice Guy, but now I don't care. It's the internet. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna meme when I want to meme. I'll talk my shit when I want to talk my shit. And if anybody has a problem, you know where to find me. So, you know, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, we're here. We're going to kill it. We're going to take over. This is a crypto takeover, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming in because we know that what we're capable of doing in the crypto market. And we've been sitting around playing with our thumbs because we're scared to do it. For what reason, I don't know. But it hit us and it snapped in our heads that we have nothing to be scared about. Let's make a crypto takeover and let's do it today. Let's start. And that's it, guys. Like, I mean, the very last move was pretty much telling the community, and that's another challenge that it was a hard pill to swallow, right? To try to break it to you guys because we weren't very sure how you're gonna react. But that's it, you know, like we just figured like at the very end, we just have to be super transparent, let you guys know it's all in good intention. And I'm extremely happy that you guys were able to understand where we're coming from and see the bigger picture of like how this can continuously keep growing and helping our community. And also, you know, if it all goes right, bring a lot of funds back into the main projects, the mother projects, Shiba Doge and Burn. So, you know, we're just gonna have to find out what happens.
Leo,
What's up, buddy? Yo.
man, talk that shit, Leo. Talk that shit, Leo. Now you talking my language. Southside in the house. Leo, talk that shit.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, bro, that's it. We're gonna be talking our shit, and that's it. Guess what? We talk our shit, we back our shit up. So no one's messing with us, bro.
Leo, on the just going back onto that black market, is when you said you can use the ShibaDoge to purchase it, are those funds going to be the one? Are they going to be burnt off the? Is that a way where it's going to be burnt, or is that going back into circulation?
It'll go back. It'll go back. No, it won't go back into circulation. It'll go back into the future war zone reward. So it'll be redistributed back to people who participate in war zones in the future. Yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh. So Alex, just if you guys look at the chat, Alex just posted something. The society, that's something that you guys should probably screenshot because we're going to talk about that very, very soon.
Another one, Leo. Before I forget, you know how we're going to have all these projects on Launchpad, ShibaDoge Launchpad, but is there a way where, obviously people can turn their coins into Ethereum later on, but can we turn those project coins into ShibaDoge or Burn?
Yeah,
very sort of a marketplace.
Very easily, yeah. So with ERC20 tokens, that's already built into Uniswap. You could go to Uniswap, and if you own another ERC,
no. Like, is there like for like a ShibaDoge sort of outlet? Basically, you can do that instead of going through.
You mean like have our own swap? Possibly that might be something like if it makes sense. If it makes sense on paper to build something like that, we will. And let me just tell you guys, it's very, very easy to build a swap like that. It's nothing revolutionary. 90% of those things are just white labeled stuff that people just reskin and put out. It's most times when you see a project say, "Oh, we're releasing our own swap," it's literally just Uniswap with a different skin on it.
But it kind of just makes sense now because for you guys going into this sort of avenue.
Yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense, and I could see how it would work, especially if it's something that is put onto our website where people can just easily interact with the tokens in our own ecosystem without having to do the import, export, extra, things like that. But then again, it's like, when we do that, we're starting to compete with Uniswap, and we actually love Uniswap. Uniswap is, the bread and butter of what makes this space work right now until something better comes out, if something better ever comes out. So
it's just a white label, isn't it though?
Yeah, it's just a white label, exactly. I don't know. I mean, that's something that we gotta really see what the benefits would be, because it's just another moving part that we're gonna have to continuously do maintenance on. And when it comes down to things like that, you got to be very careful because one little security flaw and people can exploit it and use it to drain liquidity and do all this kind of weird shit. So, if we do it, we got to do it right, and if we do it, we got to put extra manpower and elbow grease into making sure it's waterproof and there's no exploits or anything like that. So we don't want to worry about that, bro. We're in the business of doing memes.
When's the first launch, man? No, I'm excited. So
well, now that we got all this out of the way, I think on Friday we're gonna have a big team meeting, and when we have that big team meeting, we'll get a lot of the details ironed out. And realistically, like if we could pull something off this month, that would be great. That would be amazing. So I don't think it would take too much time, but I'll give you guys a more solid answer on probably Monday or Tuesday of when to expect the first launch.
Sure. You guys created that whale group yet?
Not yet. But that's also something that we'll talk about most likely on the next AMA when I come on. That'll be one of the main topics of discussion. So we'll talk about that as well. It's not going to be your average whale group. Like I said, it's going to be something much more bigger than that. It's going to be a whale group, don't get me wrong, but it's also going to be a group of just the people who are going to
influencers and
influencers, whales, super geniuses, just people who can contribute in ways that your average Joe cannot. Not to take any shots at the average Joe, but think about it. Like if you put 500 of the smartest
Joe.
people together.
There's a Joe in this chat, man. So sorry, Joe. Wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be something special, and we'll explain it when the time comes. I don't want to go too deep into it right now because we're more focused on talking about the things that matter today, and what matters today is obviously we put out the article of the Armory, and that Armory is literally days away from being released. So I think we're gonna see a nice shift in momentum here, guys, because at the end of the day, a lot of people wait for us to release the things that we've been working on for months, and they some people get impatient, some people are more patient than others, but at the end of the day, we always come through, we always deliver on what we say we're going to deliver on. And the reason why things take long is because we take that extra step to make things better than we initially could have released it as. So I think you guys are going to be pleasantly pleased and surprised with how the Armory comes out. And it's going to be releasing with a whole bunch of EFTs and a whole bunch of cool ways for you guys to customize your NFTs. And I think it will be cool if, like, you guys, when you guys customize your EFTs and NFTs with the Armory, to you share it, like constantly keep sharing it, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's in this chat, whether it's as a profile picture, whatever the case is. That's just going to bring more attention to the Armory, to our whole NFT collection in general. And honestly, the future war zones are going to get a lot more interesting with these multipliers, and the future war zones are going to get a lot more interesting with the special events and everything else that's going to come. And it's all thanks to the Armory. I think Alex sent a whole bunch of screenshots yesterday. I had a whole bunch of screenshots as well that I wanted to share, but his were honestly a lot better than mine. It's gonna be nice. I think you guys are gonna spend a lot of time in there, especially you, Top Secret. Don't you have like 300,000 NFTs or something like that? So I think you're gonna want to deck them all out and make them look pretty nice and presentable, and have a bunch of those multipliers on. So we'll see how that goes.
Let's go.
Does anybody have any questions about the Armory or anything like that? By the way, I don't think I talked about the number of items there are going to be. There's going to be, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 100. It's going to be released with 100 common items and 90 that come in the other rarities. That's what it's going to release with. It's going to come out in batches, so it won't all be available on day one, but it'll come out in batches, and it'll be like a circulating thing. So it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that people can work with.
Leo, I have a question.
What's up?
Is the cart going to be like God, just had a brain fart. OpenSea, where if you place it in the cart, somebody can still buy it from underneath you? Or once it's placed in the cart, it's committed to you?
That's a good question. Alex, if you're listening, do you know the answer to that? I believe, look, this is the way it is. Since it's all happening on the blockchain, it doesn't secure it unless it's checked out. So if there's 10 of those items available for purchase, let's say, and you have it added to your cart, and somebody buys those items or checks out before you check out, I believe it will make it unavailable to you as
I think it kind of work the same way as slippage, Leo. It depends who gets through the transaction first.
Yeah. But what he's saying is, like, if he just has something added to his cart and he's still like shopping around, adding different stuff to the cart.
I don't know if blockchain actually does that, man.
Yeah, I don't think it does that. I think it's whoever just processed the transaction first.
Okay.
Because it's going to be pretty unfair if someone kind of keeps it in their cart for, and
Exactly.
someone wants to actually buy it. So,
Yeah. They'll hold stuff hostage if that were the case. I'd just go add everything to my card and be like, nope, I'm not giving it out. It's burned now.
I'll just use all my NFTs just to hold everything.
So Leo, this is Jalil. Just a logistics question. So when will the crates be revealed or available to be revealed?
So that's gonna pretty much be the next point of focus after the armory goes live. That's pretty much the last moving piece that's left to happen. I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but it's going to be very, very soon. We'll figure out a concrete date after we get all of this stuff released, and we'll throw it out there. That's not something that is going to take too much work, because it's just adding the art assets and just revealing them. But we want to make it a little special, and obviously we know it's been quite a while since those crates went out, and yeah, we'll give you guys a more concrete date, within the next few days or maybe a week or two. We'll be able to figure that out. I'm also reading the chat right now. Hecka Papa asks, when fire hands? Sorry, I know it's asked every time. Yeah, fire hands. We're collecting all the data that needs to be collected right now. For that, it's a lot of data, because it's pretty much the first 168 hours of the entirety of the burn launch, and then after we collect that data of who bought in the first 168 hours, we have to one by one check the data to see who still qualifies for a fire hands EFT, and that's just taking a little bit of a while to get that done. So I apologize in advance for the delay, but we're working on going through and sorting all that data out. So hopefully a few more days and we'll have all that completed. But I'll keep you guys posted, and just like we did with the fire hats and everything else, when it's ready, we won't wait. We'll just airdrop it to you guys. So that's pretty much it.
So Leo, on a lighter note, we have a community conversation going, and I see Alex talk about the legendary items. Is the boxing gloves part of the crates or part of the armory? And if you choose not to answer, I'll be okay with that too. The
boxing gloves, yeah. To be 100% honest with you, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. That's a better question for probably Alex or Peter, to be honest. But I can find out. I mean, they're listening, so maybe if they know, they can answer it. But I'm not entirely sure. If we have purchase in the time frame. Yeah, Snowman. So I believe so, because I think we did that with the diamond hands. If you had just transferred to a cold wallet or to another wallet, that doesn't count as a sell. So yeah, you should still be eligible for that. That's why we're also double checking all of the data to make sure we don't do things incorrectly. The boxing gloves are badass though, dude, I gotta tell you. When was Burn launched? Burn was launched on April 22, I believe, of last year. Was it 22 or 24?
3 days, 2 days. I remember.
It was supposed to launch on 420.
Yeah. It launched.
I was in there for 2 days with the munchies.
Yeah, yeah. We were supposed to launch on 420, but we time rugged people. We we had a couple technical difficulties, so we ended up. Yeah. It was a 2 day or 2.5 day launch process on Burn. So I think it was April 22, if I'm not mistaken, is when it officially launched. And by the way, dude, like just to talk about that again, that burn launch is still something that I never was able to get over. Just the sheer amount of people that were waiting in the call of Telegram it blew my mind, guys. Like 2,300 plus people waiting in VC for literally 2 days without sleeping. I mean, there's a lot, and then there's a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot of people.
And we'll replicate that with every launch.
It's only gonna get better and better with every launch, Tom. So it's like, imagine like when it comes down to the 5th launch, and then every launch prior to that has been something crazy. People are just gonna keep lining up for it, and it's gonna get to a point where things are gonna be a little out of control. We're gonna have so many people in here doing so much stuff that it's literally going to be a whole new world. I'm so excited, man. You guys can't fathom how excited I am. It's something that we're going to pretty much proudly do, and I think honestly creating a lot of opportunity for people is going to be something that we're going to be the most happy about. But honestly, I can see how the Armory can honestly transition into this sector of the things that we're working on too in the future, depending on, like, I'm not going to speak exactly on what I mean by that, but I'm like just honestly thinking ahead, a few steps ahead. And I think the Armory can be used to like help in some of these launches in the future if we could come up with some cool ways to utilize that. And the Armory can continuously keep developing and becoming something more and more and more until one day, who knows, we have our own game or we have our own system where all of these EFTs, NFTs, and everything live, and people can show them off and be a part of something cooler. We're all gamers in a sense, and we've all played games, and everyone in those types of games, they like showing off what they own. They like showing off, their rare items and equipping their rare items. So if we could figure out a cool way to give people a platform to use these items, just brings more value to the community's NFTs. And here's Alex dropping in a whole bunch of cool collectibles in the chat right now, and those golden items look pretty badass, dude. In my opinion, gold is my favorite color, and I'm saying that with my pinky near my mouth, like what's that movie called? Goldfinger. Goldfinger. Yep.
Leo, with that gaming thing, you should create, because we got so many attachments with different weapons and whatnot, but the worms game.
Yep.
Like how they're running around, you can pretty much just shoot people off. And imagine having our ShibaDoge running around. Could
it
you
would
do
be
stuff
badass,
like that?
Yeah, of course it's doable, man. It's just with building a Web3 game, it's kind of difficult, and I mean we've looked into it a few times, and it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's not impossible. But the cool thing is, like, every year it becomes now I don't want to say easier, but more people become better and better at what they do. So by the time we're ready to get into the gaming
I think
side,
I think everyone's already talking about Web 4 now, man. I think Web 3 is already out of the system.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. The internet evolves much faster than anything else, and technology evolves, I think, like 10 times faster than, or I think the number is even more, 10 times faster or whatever than humans evolve. So we're always, as humans, going to keep playing catch up. There's always going to be advancement, and there's always going to be room for us to grow and keep learning new things and being a part of new things, which is again why we're trying to do what we're trying to do with this whole like meme degen stuff that we're trying to get into, is because especially people in Web3, they evolve and they go into certain trends and they go into certain sectors of the space that honestly attract them more than others. So, we recognize that, man. We recognize that this space moves fast, and we want every piece of the pie of not just for us, but this community wants every piece of the pie. When I say that, I'm speaking for everybody, and we're gonna grow together as a community, and we're gonna do some pretty badass stuff together.
You know what the best thing is, Leo? That and everyone should actually realize what's happening. We have actually front run a lot of these institutions. So everyone in here should be, glad that they've come in at this time. So because these institutions, man, they can't do anything in terms of regulations. It's only people like us that can actually take advantage. So,
Yeah, it's a power to the people right now, man, and
exactly, man.
we gotta take full advantage of that while it's here, because who knows how long that'll last. And as long as it does last, we better squeeze every drop we can out of it, because one day this can all be a lot different than what it is right now. So right now there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of sway for us to step in as a massive community and just unite together and make waves. And I think that's what we're gonna do, bro.
So Leo, just another question. As we look on the Armory and the black market, etc., is the BurnCard going to be an integral part of that? Will people with BurnCard be able to do anything there at this time?
Currently at launch, no, there won't be any integration just yet. But that's the thing about the thing with BurnCards is that we've never announced an end to what we bring to BurnCards, right? So with BurnCards, it's open-ended. We will always continue to have new ideas and have different creative structures to BurnCard. Obviously, we've added things to it over time, and we've never said hey, that's it. We're never going to add anything new to it. We're not going to have any other further functionality to it. So currently, no, there isn't anything built into the Armory for the BurnCards, but that doesn't mean that there won't be ever in the future. It's just something that we haven't pretty much done anything about currently right now. So with BurnCards, like I said yesterday when we were talking about BurnCards as well, BurnCards are literally the only liquidity backed NFTs on the entire free market. I have never seen anything like a BurnCard. I mean, I'm sure maybe it exists, but I doubt it because I've never seen it. And it, just that alone makes it so that the BurnCard is completely very, very unique. And honestly, people who have bought the BurnCard for 5 ETH, for example, I think I was doing the math the other day, and if you go and you turn your BurnCard into tokens, into burn tokens, I think it turns into, don't quote me, but I believe 3 or 4 ETH worth of burn tokens currently right now. And there's no NFT on the entire market that you could go and liquidate into tokens and immediately get 3 to 4 ETH out of it, right? So, just that alone gives BurnCard a very massive utility. And considering, if all of the ideas that we're working on go well and it helps raise the valuation of ShibaDoge and Burn, then in turn the BurnCards will benefit from that massively, and the people who own BurnCards will benefit from them massively as well.
So Leah, that BurnCard, it was a set amount of tokens, wasn't it?
Originally, yeah, it was a set amount of tokens, and then we changed it so that it's not a set amount of tokens. It still keeps that base amount, but every time a BurnCard gets incinerated, more tokens get added to the current holders of the BurnCard. So let's say BurnCard number 30 gets incinerated, the guy who incinerates BurnCard number 29 will have gotten more tokens than the guy who incinerated before him. So it gives more of an incentive to people who hold it longer, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, if someone was to burn it, depending on the value of ETH, you're still going to get your 4 ETH or 3 ETH, whatever it turns out.
Whatever the math is. Yeah. It was over a month since I did the math, but yeah, you'd get however much ETH it's worth in burn token. You'd get burn token, and then you could convert the burn token to ETH if that's what you want to do. But yeah, that's how that works.
Okay.
And I'm surprised more projects are not doing something like that, because it's honestly pretty revolutionary. To be honest, I mean, I'm not surprised, and the reason why I'm not surprised is because not too many people outside of our community really even know about the BurnCard. I think one focus that we should work on in the coming months is, when we go on these AMAs with new influencers and people, we should talk about the BurnCard and the technology behind it. And I think, some people that are running other projects out there in the crypto space could take some inspiration from it, because Alex says all the time, NFTs are broken. We got to figure out a way how to fix it. He's not just referring to our NFT. He's talking about the entire NFT market. This is one massive way that people can fix the function of how you NFTs operate in the future, and is like, turn them into something that is backed by liquidity, so it doesn't always have to rely on what somebody else is willing to pay for it. It can always be backed by a digital asset or a digital coin or something, so that the person who purchases that NFT doesn't have to rely on market demand to get rid of it and get liquidity out of it. They can literally just convert it and take whatever they want out of a liquidity pool. So it is pretty revolutionary, man. If the more I think about it,
that's the key word there, Leo. It's liquidity. I think you guys put back into the projects. Other projects use their liquidity to put into their bank accounts. I think that's the difference.
Definitely, man. Definitely. That is a massive difference, dude. And you can tell, like, when you get into a project with people, you can immediately tell what their intentions are. Maybe not immediately, but after like a couple of weeks of interacting with certain devs and how they run their project, you can immediately tell, like, okay, these guys are planning their exit. And people have speculated that we were doing that the first week that we launched. But
you're still here, man. Still here, brother.
Yeah,
After
we're still here. We're kicking.
Man.
Yep, we're still kicking, baby. Now we're gonna keep kicking. Yeah. So we're gonna keep kicking until we make some waves, and then when we make some waves, things are gonna be getting a little feisty. So we're here to have some fun, and we're here to help people grow. And over the past 2 years, we've done a great job, and we've helped a lot of people. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but we've had a very successful run so far. I'm not looking at market caps. I'm not looking at the token price. I'm not looking at anything like that. I'm talking about where we've came from, where we started as a community, and what we've achieved, and how we've grown, and how we've worked as a unit, and honestly became family. Like, we literally, everyone says in the crypto world, oh, welcome to this family, welcome to that family. Doesn't mean shit, but like in this community, it really means something. So I'm extremely proud of that.
Yeah, it's, this space, man, it can really play on your emotions, and everyone's looking at pricing, everyone's looking at charts, and you guys are just you're focused on building through this bear market, which a lot of people should realize.
We're focused on building through the bear market, but we also realize, like, people want to have fun and people want to make money, which is literally one of the most important things about the space. So that's why we're taking the move into letting people be degens freely without that worry. So we understand you guys, but we are you guys. Like, we made it where we are because of that degen bone in our body, and we bought those risky plays and those meme coins, and it changed our life. And it's like, why don't we give people more opportunity to do that? They don't have to become millionaires overnight, but if they hit something and it's a large amount of money just by them having fun, then that's a W in anyone's book. That's a win, and we want to give people wins.
Yes, sir.
Sonny, do you have any questions? You are the new CEO now, so if you have anything that you need to ask, feel free.
Bro, I'm the CEO. I just put my feet up. You keep working.
That's a good answer.
You keep working, bro, and don't bother me, Leo, man. I'm chilling, bro. Just do your job.
I love it, dude. That's the best answer you could have gave, man.
I'm just kicking back, bro. I'm chilling. You keep working. My job is easy.
That's right.
My job is easy, bro.
Are they gonna put an announcement somewhere, like a day or two before the launch of the Armory?
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, we'll let you guys know prior, minimum 24 hours before. We'll let you guys know, like, hey, it's launching tomorrow. But yeah, we won't just blindside you guys with it.
Cool. Thanks.
Roof, what are outside people saying? Has anybody been reaching out to you ever since we talked about what we talked about the past couple of days? Has any of the crypto world that you're involved with been asking questions or what?
Just the community really right now. Well, I think when it's closer to the launch, I think I'll be getting a lot more people contacting me.
Yeah, that's for sure, because we're gonna make some noise. We're not just gonna stay silent and do it in house. We're gonna make some noise. Everybody in the outside world is gonna know what we're up to.
Yeah, I think like a week before we should just flip and go crazy on Twitter, contact all the influencers, let them know.
Easily. We can't do it too long before, because then the hype will be, we don't want to stretch it out too long. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like a week is like perfect.
Yeah.
Leo, with the Armory, right, you could probably integrate later on, obviously get your items, but then you get that golden ticket to early access to the CA.
Well, see, I've never been a fan of that early access to the contract stuff, so I don't think we'll ever do that. If we do that, then there'll have to be a good reason for it. But yeah, man, no, I don't like snipers. I don't like bots. I don't like the early contract stuff. I'm as simple as it gets in the crypto market. It's about get in, get out whenever you can on fair terms, and we don't like people having a unfair advantage over others, unless there is certain things that apply, like if it's like a pink sale, like you say, or a pre-sale or anything like that, which is still something that I don't agree with and I don't like. But there are still people who find success. Yeah, keep it nice and simple, man. And obviously, like, the beautiful part about it is we're going to be doing multiple things of this, so we'll try out new things. We'll see, maybe some things will work better than others, but the beautiful thing about it is like we keep trying and we keep bringing new stuff out, and we keep giving those opportunities to people in different ways, shapes, and forms. And we're gonna be learning a lot too of how people like to operate in the crypto space, more than what we already know.
At the end of the day, we just want ShibaDoge to grow, right? So,
that's it. That's the main focus. What's up, David?
Hey, and any word on the crate reveal?
That's going to be the next point of focus after the Armory is released, my friend. So after the Armory is released, we're going to be working on getting that crate reveal out to you guys. So we'll have an announcement on that soon.
Okay, cool. Hey, I was the one that disagreed with the new token launch and things like that. But what I'll do is I'll go back in and bring it forward and agree. I think if we catch up on the crate reveals the fire hands, ice hands, hats, and Armory and crates, I think it'll be great. So I'll double back and bring that forward in support.
Yeah, I agree with you, my man. Everything that we've been working on needs to happen first, which is why we're pushing all of the important stuff out and making sure everything is delivered, all the deliverables have to be delivered. And not just that, I mean, we have a lot of big plans for how we want to advance in terms of building in Web3 for ShibaDoge and for Burn, and for our NFT project as well. So that's always going to be our bread and butter. The whole new token idea that we're saying, it's not meant to come in to replace what we already have. It's actually here to cement it and help it grow even further. That's the reason why we're doing it in the first place. It's to continuously keep bringing new attention, new eyes, new people into what we've already built and into our community, so that they can actually take full advantage of the great stuff that we've been building over the past years as well, and continuously will build into the future. So yeah, I mean, it is by no means here to replace what we already have. It is here to strengthen it and help it outshine the rest of the crypto market.
No, I totally agree. It's just that we had to, wrap up the pending thing.
Agree. I 100% agree with you on that. I cannot agree more with you.
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys and great work. Thanks, man.
Thank you, David.
Leo, are those crates predetermined with items already, or you guys haven't done that yet?
No, it's going to be randomized. It's on-chain randomization. Right now, the crates are just image placeholders. There hasn't been any metadata uploaded to them. So the metadata, when it gets uploaded, it's going to be randomized.
Cool.
So when we have the launches, do you think there's any way we can get people to join our Twitter, YouTube channels? Like give some kind of incentive, because that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, we will for sure. We'll be able to plug it in many different ways, shapes, and forms. It's just going to have to happen organically, and it's just going to have to happen in the whole heat of and moment of things, right? So I don't think everything should operate off of the Shiba Doge Twitter, but I don't know if that's the right or wrong move yet. That's still something we're going to have to discuss as a team. I personally think each meme project that comes out should have its own Twitter, so that it could be, it could be separated and not lost in everything else that we put on the main Twitter. But we'll see how that goes. We're going to talk about that more this week with the team, so I'm sure we'll figure that out.
Nice. I'm seeing it's a great opportunity to even grow our YouTube channel. Like we can get them to subscribe to our channel, which is
of course.
Like when we had
YouTube
them
channel like that.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say when we had the the exchanges, we had them do their offers. Like I was thinking at that time, we had so many people joining our Telegram, like hundreds of people. Remember? Because they said they have to do these certain tasks in order to get some free tokens, I guess. I mean, we could have added our YouTube channel on that, maybe. I don't know if that's
we'll for sure plug things in, and we'll have certain events or giveaways or games or whatever that we do with the communities that come forward with the new launches, and we'll throw some cool tasks out there to follow our pages and grow the whole point of this is to grow what we've got, right? So we're going to get creative and make sure we can redirect everybody into being a part of all of our networks.
Yeah, exactly, man. But it's the people, it's the impression you give people as well, right? So when they come and see thousands of people subscribe to our channel, then they're gonna also subscribe because they're like, man, people like this channel,
Exactly. And then a lot of this content will get a lot more fun to listen to as well, because people are going to be getting updates from all types of different places of all types of different things that we're working on. And I think the AMAs are going to get a lot funner, a lot more interesting, a lot more talkative because of the new people coming in. And you know how it is, people get crazy during new launches, and they say funny stuff, they do funny things, and
it definitely gets crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great, man. I can't wait for it to happen, for the first launch. Can't wait. I mean, not everyone even has to, in the community right now, has to put money into it, It's just, you should see as, it's going to grow ShibaDoge, man. It's going to grow ShibaDoge Labs, Burn. It's going to grow the project, our project. So that's what I see,
Yeah, that's what we see as well, man. I see it being the fastest growth hack that has ever been attempted. There are a lot of great teams out there, but they've never attempted anything like this. They've never attempted it because
Yeah.
I guarantee you most of them were scared that it's going to take away from what they already have. But they never looked at it from the outside perspective that maybe it can bring more to the table than take away. And, you know, I think
Yeah.
we're the first team that is at this caliber that is, you know, has the guts to do something like this and really take that step forward, because we truly believe that it's going to help grow, hyper accelerate the growth in the community. I mean, look, we didn't build all of this stuff. We didn't release all of the armory and, you know, all of this other great stuff that we've been working on just so things could get left under the table and nobody knows about all of the revolutionary and amazing things that we've built. Like, we want people to know about this, and the best way to get people into the door is to bring them something that they can be interested in learning about. As cool as the armory is and as amazing as it is, it tailors to the Shiba Doge holders, the Shiba Doge NFT holders. So, you know, we got to figure out how we make more people into Shiba Doge NFT holders, and the number one step in doing that is getting them through the door. You know, once we bring them here, you know, then it becomes a whole different game, and now we can actually talk to a bigger audience of people, explain what we've got, explain the technology that we've built, explain the amazing things that we have to offer, the collections that we have to offer, the collectible items that we have, the amazing things that we've got going on, the community, the content, the education, all of that good stuff. So it's all amazing, man. Any way I look at it, it's just a win-win situation. And yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of extra stuff on our plate, but it's work that we're proud to do, and it's work that we're going to have fun doing.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, I think you explaining it to the community is what's like really making them understand. It's about educating the community as well, making them understand exactly what's going to happen, what the, you know, what your vision is, what you're seeing is going to happen. Because I remember when I was in the Shiba Inu community, they had a big issue with Bone, you know, like the other token Bone. I mean, they had an AMA, and the dev was basically talking about Bone, and people were like, whoa, like, what about the Shiba Inu token? Like, you're not talking about that, right? And they were just so upset. But actually, speaking about Bone is bringing a lot more people in who are going to end up buying Shiba Inu token, right? So, like, the DMs I've been getting before you actually done the TG, the hangout the other day, like, people were like, oh, people are going to sell ShibaDoge and Burn in order to buy these new launches. And, you know, ShibaDoge is going to gradually die, you know, it's going to go down and all that. And I was telling them, bro, trust me, you guys are not seeing what these guys are doing, yeah, man. The bigger picture, yeah. You're not seeing it, man. I seen it straight away. As soon as you posted that, I was like, immediately, I totally got it, man. I knew exactly what you guys are doing, because them launches, I already experienced it with Burn, right? So I know what it can do, because when Burn launched, ShibaDoge actually benefited so much from that launch.
Exactly. You know? A lot. It benefited a lot from it.
Yeah.
A large percentage of people in this Telegram right now are only here because of the Burn launch. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a matter of doing things right. And what works in this space is the new. Like, people like new stuff. People like having the opportunity to be into something early, right?
Yep.
Not that you're late to anything that we've already built, but that's not the point. They want to be there on day one. They want to be there on day two. Mm-hmm. So, you know, just giving people that opportunity is going to be a massive growth hack.
Yeah. And the way I see, if people are going to do degens, they're going to sell ShibaDoge and Burn in order to go and do it anyways, and they're going to, more than likely.
Nothing is stopping them from doing it on any other token that they see that they want to get into.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's the degen thing, where if people start selling their Burn or their ShibaDoge, going into these projects, and then ShibaDoge and Burn could have a run up. They're just going to miss out. So it's it's the game they have to play, right?
Exactly.
I ain't selling any of my Shiba Doge or Burn, bro, to go into the launches. If I got the extra money, I'll go into them. Otherwise, I'm not selling nothing. You know, right?
Exactly. And as I was saying the other day, like a little goes a long way. Like if you're going in day one on something, a little can go a very, very long way. And we see that with a lot of the marketing that was done with Pepe and stuff. For example, the people putting in $30 and it turning into hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands. You don't need to put a arm and a leg into it to really hit big on something new. You just have to get lucky and be there at the right time, and that's all it takes.
So some people asking, like, like with Pepe, as you know, they launched, it went up, and then they started just adding to all these exchanges, right? One after the other. They were like, we've got this exchange now, this exchange, and so on. These no launches. Yeah. Do you expect to add a tax to it, a small tax, in order to add them to exchanges?
Oh, yeah, the tax is going to for sure be, it's either going to be zero or it's going to be a very, very small percent, because we're not trying to create like a tokenomic system here. That's mainly what we're trying to do is bring opportunity to people. I mean, what I see working right now, when I look at like the trending stuff, is there are a lot of 0% and a lot of 1% stuff. There's even like some 2 and 3% stuff, but we'll just experiment with different ones. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a one-shot thing. It's not a one-stop shop. We have more opportunities to do many, many different things and experiment with many, many different avenues, and continuously just keep going with the flow and going with the trends and going with what works. So. It's not going to be a high tax.
With these low tax things, man, I actually like Jared coming into these type of projects.
Yes. Yes.
Jared brings a lot of benefits, creating that sort of pump. So.
Yep, he generates a lot of volume for projects, man. I'm not gonna lie.
He does.
Yeah,
he's only there in the background when people are putting money in. So as long as we can keep Jared happy, he's going to be there.
Yep, that's it, dude. Jared is the craziest thing that happened in the past few months. He made. I was reading an article. He's made at this point in the past 4 months already over $80 million in profit doing his Mevbot thing, which is absolutely wild.
And he's just sitting in his jail cell, isn't he? Pretty much.
People think it's one guy, but I don't think it's one guy. To build something like that, our devs, as smart as they are, they said that if we paid them $10 million, they would not be able to build anything like that, just because of how complex it is. And from what they say, they said that like you need to have an inside man working at these blockchains to be able to help you build something like that, because the data that it works off of is extremely hard to work through. And I mean, I don't really fully understand how it works anyway, but they understand, and they said that it's nearly impossible to build without that extra.
I reckon it's all the exchanges involved there, Leo. I reckon it's just like one is, because it kind of plays with their platform as well on how they trade.
Yeah, it could very well be, dude. I don't know, but whoever it is, they're making a killing, dude. $80 million in 4 or 5 months is no joke. That is serious money.
That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Did you say 80 million?
Yeah. In the first 2 months that he was live, he made 40 million. After he made 40 million gross, and his Ethereum gas fees were $6 million. So he netted $34 million in the first 2 months. Yeah. Can you imagine doing so many transactions in 2 months that your gas fees are $6 million?
Oh man, that's mind-boggling, man. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild.
But yeah, at another token simply went to zero tax in order to get Jared involved in this to increase volume.
And did it work?
Well, yeah, Jared's on it, man. He went on it as soon as they went. Yeah, they went to 0, and then next thing you know, they were like, Jared's on there, man, and that's what the dev basically wanted Jared in order to increase volume to get on a bigger exchanges, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. Yeah, he hasn't benefited them because the community actually liked the reflections as well, right? At the same time, so it kind of hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, when it's in an existing project, like you make big, massive changes like that, and it actually doesn't help you as much as it hurts you. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are already used to why they got into a certain project for whatever reason that they got in, and when you make massive changes, honestly, most people do it with good intention, but at the end of the day, it's like if it's not working, it's a much deeper problem than changing your tokenomics and expecting that to fix everything. That's just not how it works.
Yeah, the community. The
community keep working hard.
Yeah, the community actually ended up dumping, a lot of the tokens after that. So yeah, didn't do them that good. But they're building. At the end of the day, you know who it is. One I've been talking to you about for a while. Just
yeah. I figured.
But they're just going from version 1, 2, 3. I don't know, man. Like, So, like, ours is the only project that hasn't gone to a V2 or a V3 or anything like that. Like,
yeah, because there's no point. We did it right the first time. I mean, we did it. We did it how we wanted to do it, and there's no reason for us to change it for anything because it's going to do what it's going to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's there. It's like blockchain. It's there for a reason, for a purpose, and we're continuously working, building, and because of what we released with ShibaDoge, we're able to get to where we are today, and we're continuously building and bringing more value to the entire ecosystem, day by day, week by week, month by month, and it's just. Like I always say, we're barely getting started. We learn things daily too, and we apply the things that we learn to our ecosystem and try to bring more value to it. All it takes is one idea to pop off, guys, and that's it. We're in, like I said yesterday, we're in the business of coming up with ideas. That is the business that we're in, and once you come up with that one big idea, everybody benefits massively.
Oh yeah, ShibaDoge is gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I can see what's gonna happen in the next 6 months, I'd say, after these launches. Man,
just it could very well be that big thing that everybody's waiting for. Leading into the bull market. The bull market is going to come around one of these days as well, and that's when things get really crazy.
Oh, that's why I'm so glad that I've kept all my NFTs, man, because like I said, they're going to be like 4E in the bull market.
Oh yeah. Well, these launches, man, can you imagine the amount of people that are going to come in? I mean, they're going to be buying these NFTs. I'm telling you, bro, I'm going to be selling them in here like flipping hotcakes.
They very well could be, because you guys remember, obviously at this point, you guys all know the Mong project. Obviously, I know top secret and whatnot. They know it. But look at that. Like, months ago, when we did a burn event on Twitter, we burned their NFTs, right? We burned 1 ETH worth of their NFTs. Their NFTs were worth like 0.00 something ETH each. Like, they were very cheap. And then they came up with an idea, they launched a token, they did whatever else, and everybody from the outside world learned about what the Mong project is, and then boom, all of a sudden their floor was like half an ETH, So yeah, I mean, very well, a certain idea can pump a lot of things in the ecosystem. That's just how it works. I mean, that's one example of it working. So It's funny because we burned that project. We burned 1 ETH worth of that project before all that. And if you think about it, that 1 ETH worth of burns at their all-time high in NFT price at half a ETH was probably worth like 50 ETH worth of NFTs that we burned, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I see Bird Elon in the house, man. I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, Bird?
Just here, jumping in, see what you guys are up to now.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Just
Nice.
hanging in there, man. You guys?
Same, brother. Same.
Yep.
Bird, you're missing out on all the info, bro. It's we've ShibaDoge has become the Degen plays now, so coming very soon.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. We'll be launching some tokens off the ShibaDoge launchpad.
When is that gonna happen?
Hopefully sometime this month, bro. We'll have more info on it next week. But if you get some time, you could listen into yesterday's and today's AMA on YouTube, and we pretty much gave
The last 2 days, I think the first one was very bullish, Leo.
Yeah.
Not yesterday's one, the day before.
The last three, if you have time to listen to like the last 3 AMAs, today's, yesterday's, and the day before, you'll have a full understanding of what we're working on, like from A to Z.
Awesome. I'll listen in for sure.
Nice to see you, man. Pop in more often, bro.
Yeah, I will, man. I will. I just had a family situation that went on for a couple of months, and
Yeah.
we're not past it yet, but unfortunately, yeah, we're getting close to hopefully getting over it in the next few days. It was just a pretty bad situation with my family. Well, actually, my wife's family, but we're getting it together now. Hopefully, it'll get better soon.
That's good, man. I hope all is well, dude. You know, everybody goes through their own stuff. I recently went through some stuff as well, and it's definitely not fun going through problematic stuff. So you have our support if you need it, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I think people are amazed that I've actually been in here longer than I should be. Been here 3 days in a row now. Like, what the hell is Top Secret up to?
No, man, that means that means that we're working on something good. You know, it's keeping people engaged. That's a positive thing in my book.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, guys, we could probably, if anybody has any more questions, feel free to ask now. If not, we'll go ahead and wrap this up here because this we're going into 2 hours almost now, and it's dinner time. Leo's hungry. I'm hungry.
We're hungry in here.
We hungry.
Feed that beast, man. Feed the beast.
Yes, sir.
Have you watched that? Have you watched the new Fast and the Furious there?
I haven't, bro. I haven't. I've seen every single one of them, though. I've seen every single one besides the most recent one. It's
the
good.
recent one's pretty good. Yeah, it's a bit out there, but you know, if you like that franchise, you actually like it. You know.
Yeah, I like it, man. I grew up watching it, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally, man. Fast and Furious is so awesome.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. I do need a good movie to watch though this week. I do need a good movie. I've seen a lot of stuff on.
Just rent it, bro, and you'll be happy.
Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out. My wife is going to one of her friends' birthdays today, so I'm gonna be spending some time with the boys and going to have a drink or two and some food here with them in a little bit. So I'm gonna have a little boys' night. She's gonna have a little girls' night, and then we'll chop things up afterwards. But that's my plan for the rest of tonight.
Nice. All right, Leo. I'm gonna get going too, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. I'll
Cheers,
see you
guys.
guys
Thanks,
later.
man.
I'm gonna get going too. We're gonna be back
Cool.
here on AMA, guys, on every Tuesday and Wednesday now. Tuesday is normally Telegram Tuesdays. Wednesdays we go on Twitter Space, but I've honestly been doing it in here because we have a deeper connection with the community, and these topics have been a little more community driven, and honestly, I wanted to keep
It's
the
kind of
conversation
sensitive
going.
as well to Leo, I think, as well. It's sensitive in a way. You need to get your community on board first before you start telling the
100%.
public.
100%. I mean, that is the most important thing. So, yeah, I mean, we'll be back on Telegram on Tuesday, maybe Twitter, maybe Telegram on Wednesday. So I'm not sure what we'll go with just yet, but we will be having the 2 AMAs next week as well. So with all that being said, guys, we'll call it a wrap here. As always, if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that also sucks. If you miss ShibaDoge, then you suck. And with that, I'll leave you guys. I love you all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace,
Love,
man.
peace.
Peace.